When the woman returned home after shopping, she found her two kids lying on the window in broad daylight, as if they were sleeping. Her heart suddenly tightened, but when she walked closer, she realized they were nothing but two cold, lifeless heads. She was overcome with grief, for a single joke she had made had led to such a tragedy. Not long ago, while the woman was drawing water from the well, a single hunter came to her home. Learning that her husband had long since passed away, he began to covet her. He slowly approached the widow and expressed his feelings. But the widow was solely focused on caring for her children and had no interest in remarrying. Moreover, she found the hunter unattractive, so she paid him little mind. After drawing water, she prepared to go home, but the hunter wouldn't give up, pestering her all the way. The widow, driven to impatience, declared that unless all three of her sons were gone, she would never remarry. She never imagined that the hunter would take those words to heart and that they would sow the seeds of tragedy. After her husband's death, she and her three sons depended on one another. The eldest and second sons were hot-headed, while the youngest had been well-behaved and sensible since childhood. Whenever his two older brothers were bickering, he would diligently help his mother with the chores. And this set him on a different path from his brothers. Tragedy was about to unfold. The family's food supplies ran out quickly. The woman prepared to go to town to buy more, so she repeatedly warned her sons to be careful. No matter who knocks, do not open the door. Yet they had no idea that a hunter was lurking outside, eavesdropping on everything. As soon as the woman left, the eldest and second sons cast her warnings aside. Soon the familiar whistle their mother often blew sounded from outside. The youngest son instantly grew suspicious. He insisted he had clearly seen his mother walk away, yet the sound had come far too quickly. But the eldest son, without a second thought, concluded that their mother must have forgotten something and returned, and insisted on opening the door. The third son tried desperately to stop him but failed, and could only suggest listening a little longer. Then a knock came from outside the door. This time, the eldest son completely lost his patience. He was even more certain it was their mother, so he pushed his younger brother aside and was about to pull the latch to open the door. Seeing that their pleas were falling on deaf ears, the second and third sons quickly hid themselves. But the moment the eldest opened the door, he realized the visitor was not their mother, but that strange hunter. The hunter was reaching for the dagger at his waist. Only then did the eldest son recall his mother's words. He hurried to shut the door, but his strength was no match for the burly hunter. In the end, the hunter smashed through both the door and him, making him the hunter's first target. The hunter kept the widow's words in mind, that she would only consider remarrying once all three sons were gone. But so far he had only seen one, so he continued searching the house for the other children. During his search, he made an unexpected little discovery. He found the widow's underwear on the bed and began sniffing it intently. Just then, he suddenly felt a wet liquid trickling beneath his feet. It was clearly someone who had wet themselves out of fear. He hurriedly pulled back the blanket beside him and found the second son hiding there. So he became the hunter's second target. After dealing with these two, he began searching for the third son. But he never could have imagined that the clever third son was hiding in the chimney, covering his mouth and daring not to make a sound. In the end, the hunter never found him. The hunter was unable to complete his plan. In a fit of rage, he placed the heads of the first and second sons on the windowsill as a warning to the widow. Then, carrying the two bodies, he strode away. When the widow returned from shopping, she discovered this heartbreaking scene. But there were only two heads. Clinging to a sliver of hope, she rushed inside to search for the third son. Fortunately, the third son had survived. Mother and son embraced and wept bitterly, grieving the loss of